Not one, but two officers from not one, but two Valley Police Departments now charged for two different crimes. One that happened 6 months ago, another that may have started 2 years ago. Now, they've both been off the streets ever since, but still on the force and still getting paid. He's been wearing a badge in Mesa for more than 12 years. Officer Nathan Chisler was working the night of December 6, 2019, when he and several other officers responded to a Mexican restaurant off the US 60 and Alma School. Police said then Randy Sewell was one of a handful of men who refused to leave the restaurant. He ignored commands from officers who tried to arrest him, and that's when investigators say Officer Chisler pulled out his gun and shot Sewell in the leg. Sewell unarmed, even though Chisler later told investigators he feared for his life. Meantime, in Phoenix, Officer Sean Penna was first accused of sexually assaulting a woman in his custody, said to have forced her to have oral sex with him in the back of his cruiser in June of 2018. Penna denied it, but in November of last year, a second woman came forward alleging a similar situation. In Penna's case, the county was able to convene a grand jury to review the evidence and issue an indictment. But in Chisler's case, County Attorney Alistair Adele instead issuing a criminal complaint, a move the Mesa Police Association calls unfair, saying typically these cases are first reviewed by a grand jury before charges are filed. We are disappointed Ms. Adele chose to circumvent that process, and we vehemently disagree with her decision. But what have both these officers been doing since those allegations? Well, Officer Chisler was moved to an administrative role at Mesa PD, but Officer Penna was placed on leave, meaning he's been at home without a gun or his badge, but still getting paid for the last 6 months. Now, if you're wondering why it may have taken this long, the Phoenix Police Department tells me most grand jury hearings were canceled because of COVID-19. So I actually asked if that was why they kept Officer Penna on their payroll. And the response was the grand jury is a part of due process in criminal investigations, and they still have to follow due process. In Phoenix, Nicole Valdez, ABC 15, Arizona.